So I'm at Fort Lauderdale. This is brand new scenery from, what's it, Digital Designs or something like that. And I've got two of their airports now. I got Raleigh, which they just came out with. I think it's the same folks. And my rule of thumb is if they make an airport in Florida, as long as it's reasonable, I'm going to buy it. I've only had a problem really with one that was Tallahassee, which they really need to go and do some work on that one. This one's pretty nice. This one's, it's within the ballpark anyway, for sure. My my usual pet peeve is since I fly largely GA, um, then you know, if you consider the fact that maybe, just maybe, people that are flying GA might want to use these airports that you create, these really beautiful airports, that you might want to put a little effort into the FBOs, which may be more work, no doubt. And, that sucks, but um, that isn't the best looking FBO, if you ask me. I mean, it's got the signature sign, so at least I know it's signature. But, looking past that, the rest of it looks really good. I think I like it. I mean, if they put some bushes around here, if nothing else, stuff like that. Tower looks good. There's downtown Miami, and you will see some stuttering here. For one thing, he's got 4K textures, which I'm going to try to downsample down to 2K. If nothing else, if I look at my graphics card, let's just have a look at how stressed out and needing to meditate my graphics card is. Oh, click the wrong thing. Task Manager, here we go. Performance, go all the way down. This sucker's using 7.2 out of 8. That's on the fringe, I mean, this will probably get better when it comes to when I get Vulkan, when I upgrade to 11.5, but I'm not doing that yet. Not that brave, and I like to fly, not do maintenance, so there's that. But I mean, you got to say that looks pretty good, and they've done some nice things here. This is they got the signs. I'm pretty sure this is them that did all this work here, and Orbx did all of the rest. The road over here, I'm almost certain is them as well. The elevated highway, which is over here. Because if you watch this traffic, it kind of, fades in, fades out. Pretty unusual way of handling something. They have jet terminals over here. I don't remember what all these things are. But that's pretty well done. I'm not complaining about that a bit. And Key West is just freaking gorgeous. You definitely won't see any stuttering there either. Number one, it's Orbx, and number two, it's there's nothing around it. I think my frame rates will be in the 50s down there. Right here, they're, well, mid 20s. So, yeah, my GPU is definitely stressed out. When I get in my GPU is running at 96, 99% here, trying to keep up with all this stuff. So I don't know how efficient these airplane models are, things like that. There's some things that they could make more efficient. I'm not sure that they're the most efficient at developing airports just yet. So, but I like it. I'll do a flight into here too. I'm not going to turn around and come right back to here, but I might do a second flight tonight. Who knows? So let me close that because watching the performance thing just clicking up to 100% does not make me necessarily that happy. VATSIM. Let's see. There you are. I just upgraded my, let's see, am I connected? I'm connected now. And is my foot plan ready? It looks ready. All right. Send. Okay. Pretty decent flight. I actually flew this flight the other night, and I found it fairly interesting. So, you know, some interesting challenges with the VNAV. So, if you're wanting to know more about VNAV, you know, maybe some folks have some questions. If some folks are up during the stream, and feel free to ask for sure. Let's see. So, if I go here and with the VNAV. So let's see. Let me close that. And I don't remember exactly how to do this, but I'll pop out the chat and hopefully it'll pick things up. And then we get rid of that. Okay, close that. Okay, so we got our fuel. And if I have your attention for a moment, then if you wouldn't mind clicking like, subscribe, and leaving comments. I always read the comments. So.
Aural warning, okay.
KFLL. My hope is to depart runway 10 left, which is behind us. Okay, so. So yeah.
Pause system test. Okay.
All right, so that's that. That should not be on. And that's on nav strobe. And are we ready? I believe so. So I should close my door, otherwise we'll get blown out. No. 1002. Starter ignition, oil pressure. Engine's coming up. I'm going to let it come up a little extra. And fuel. Guard that. Light off. Looks good. 30 by 30. Just wait for cutout. And there's cutout. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Good. Good. The best. Let's go to the checklist. Actually, I guess I could just go ahead and get a hold of ATC. ATC. Last time I checked, oh, hello. ATIS 135.0. think they're doing a big thing this weekend in Florida, which is a love-hate thing because I fly a lot in Florida, and then it gets really crowded. And weirdly, I miss it a lot.
Hazardous weather information available from ATC. CPGLC service available. Aircraft taxi with transponders on. Shoreline traffic. Numerous birds in the vicinity of the airport. Reed Michael runway hold short instruction. Northwest 2 airmen. Log off time approx 0530 Zulu. Advise on initial contact. You have information echo.
Information echo.
Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport native information echo 2353 Zulu. West 150 at Niner. Visibility 10. 5 south scattered. 25 south scattered. Temperature 25. 2.17. Altimeter 29999. Arrivals expect ILS approach runway 10 left or 10 right. Departure runway 10 left and 10 right. Simultaneous operations are being conducted on parallel runways. Attention all aircraft. Hazardous weather information available.
Guess we'll go to ground next.
CPGLC service available. Aircraft taxi with transponders on. Shoreline traffic. Numerous birds in the vicinity of the airport. Reed Michael runway hold short instruction. Northwest.
Tower is not on. So we'll go to Miami approach after that, which will be 124.85. Like I said, last night's flight was interesting in a lot of ways. You know, I noticed I was just focused on flying the airplane, and you know, I was just not thinking about who was listening or anything like that. I was just flying the airplane, and I departed. It gave me a right turn 20 degrees on departure, and I took that, and then he gave me a climb and another heading to a direct. And I was busy flying the airplane by hand and trying to make the autopilot click the right buttons in the autopilot to make it do what my hands were doing, all at the same time. And it was just me and the airplane, and I loved it. And you know, it was just like in the zone or something. And then you know, I got up. It's not a long flight. It's really short, about 45 minutes or so. And I ran into a VNAV situation where really, you know, there are different things that make descent, figuring out when you're going to descend, interesting or challenging. And I was approaching the airport from the east and descending into, runway 27. And I had to be down at 3,000 by a certain fix. So trying to figure out, where that fix was precisely, and trying to figure out whether or not I was going to use VNAV or just do it manually. I ended up using VNAV, but using VNAV in that situation was a challenge. And maybe the situation, a similar situation, will show up, and I'll be able to show you different ways to solve it. VNAV is there are tools. It's not just the VNAV on the flight plan. It's more than that. So, it is that, but there are tools with the VNAV that you can use if you're aware of them that can make your descent more accurate. Let me just say it that way. You can make it more accurate. So that's that. So I should be on 121.4. Nobody on? Let's see. So I did follow my flight plan, and let me bring it up. There it is. Fort Lauderdale ground, TBM 5372 Sierra at signature. Like to pick up my IFR to Key West. See if he's actually on.
TBM 5372 Sierra,
Sure, I can take 220.
Yeah, 52720, roger. Enter Key West via radar vectors Manatee. Then as filed, I maintain 3000, expect level 22010 minutes after departure. Departure is on 124.85, squawk 6641.
TBM900 Sierra is cleared to Key West via Manatee radar vectors to Manatee. Climb and maintain 3000, expect 220 10 minutes later, departure 124.85, squawk 6641. And I do have information echo.
TBM772 Sierra, thank you for echo. You can expect 10 left departure.
10 left, TBM900 Sierra. Okay, so code 6641. Good. Okay.
Step by forward, press at your discretion, open taxi.
Strobes, aux BP, propeller area, throttle, check starter. Let me just look up there real quick. Yeah, okay. And generator is checked, AP trims are on, oxygen supply is checked, and I should turn it on. Yep. Bleed switch is on, AC is on, pressure mode is auto, temperature selector actually. What is the temperature? 25, a little bit warm. Standby instruments, 2999er. 2999. It's the right altitude. Heading is 160, 160, good. LFE is 0 for Key West. Altimeter setting is checked. Pitch, yaw, and trim is right. De-ice is fine. Inertial separator is already on. Taxi light. Okay, we're about ready to go. Let's see. GPS term, we're going to be departing runway 10, and the heading on runway 10 is... No, that's Miami. What am I doing? .096, is it? Yep. I hate that auto zoom. I do. They need to make that an option. They absolutely need to make that an option. Going up to 3,000. Okay, 3,000. Okay, synthetic vision is on. Let's see, some 20. That doesn't help. If you have this airplane, you want to make sure you don't zoom this out. This will kill your frame rate. So don't do that. Save yourself. Go to flight plan. Oops. Oh, well, let's see. Is that good enough? Clear. No. Clear. Let's go back here. No. No, we better get rid of that. This will only take a second. M-N-A-T-E. M-N-A-T-E. Tell me I'm doing this right. Yep. And then to Marathon, MTH, and then to Key West. YW. Beautiful airport to fly into, really. And that's it. There's no SID, there's no star.
Burn 954. Once they're right, taxi Tango 8, Hotel 5,
All right. Okay. Let's just take a quick look. Just make sure I entered everything okay.
Confirming 954, confirm Tango 8, Hotel 5,
Yeah, that's right. That's a good soon. All right. So then all we got to do is look at the CAS, look at the LFE, back to the checklist. Check, 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 check. And inserts CAS. You know, I'll do this here. It's easier to do when I'm sitting still. God, look at that thing. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get these down to 2K textures. They're 4K textures. It's just stressing my card out too much. So, departures 1 to 4.8, and TBM900 Sierra is ready to taxi. Taxi via Echo Charlie Bravo, TBM900 Sierra. Okay. Got some airplanes here, some other guys. Okay, so parking brake is off. Taxi light is on. Did I leave the chocks on? I sure did. There we go. Okay. De-ice will take care of it in a minute. Flight controls, trims, cables up, strobes are on, CAS is good. Fuel looks good. Flight instruments look good. LFE is right. And 85 knots. Let's return. It's pretty, just and you can't blame them completely for the stutters because of the area. Well, what I'll do is I'll do a flight into some other airport. Well, of course, it could be Miami City. So I guess the only real test is to fly into Miami, but I don't remember a lot of stutters at Miami and international. So.
72 Sierra, contact departure now, 124.5, have a good flight.
124.85. Thanks for your help tonight. This is the VOR, by the way. If you ever wonder what those look like, that's what they look like. Never seen one with this cage thing around it before. It's this down here. That's different. Looks like a portable radar or something. I don't know. I've seen portable radars that looks kind of similar to that. Kinda. Jacksonville departure, TBM900 Sierra at runway 10 left, ready for departure.
November 5372 Sierra, I think you're on the wrong frequency here with Miami approach.
This is the frequency they gave me for departure. Is that not true?
You're in Jacksonville, right?
No, I'm at Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, departure. I was confused for a second. Okay. Okay, and November 5372 Sierra, the wind 150 at 9, cover takeoff runway 10 left.
Clear for takeoff, runway 10 left, 72 Sierra, and runway heading?
Runway heading, affirm.
Flaps down. Transponder. It's a little different than last night. Okay, so the stuttering is a little different. That's an interesting blast pad. If that's what that is. I don't think the stuttering's that bad on departure. I think it's okay. At least, yeah, we'll see. Flaps are all set. Toga. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
Miami approach, Allegiant 1765 is with you at 10,300, descending for 10,000.
Allegiant 1765.
Yaw damper.
Miami approach, hello. Maintain 10,000 for Lauderdale altimeter 3001. You can expect the ILS approach for runway 10 left.
Negative on the ILS. We're not. I don't think freeware's capable of that. Can we get radio vectors?
I mean, I can give you vectors, but you're still gonna have to fly an approach. Are you okay with the visual?
I'm okay with the visual. Yeah, no issue with that. I can do a GPS approach if you like.
Just expect the visual.
Okay, we can expect a visual. Allegiant 1765.
3510, tower 118.3. Good night.
183. We'll see you. Have a good night.
Let's go heading mode.
Number 532, correction number 5372 Sierra, your radar contact 2,700. Right direct Manatee, climb 16,000.
Right direct Manatee, climb and maintain 16,000, TBM72 Sierra. Okay, so flight plan, Manatee, direct, enter, and nav, and yes, you're complaining.
Allegiant 1765
Say again.
Allegiant 1765 to maintain 8,000.
8,000 weight to 1765.
That'll do. And we want 16,000. That's the top of his airspace.
Departure to Spirit 954, waiting to ready. Wait, what? They were right, 100.
we go.
Rings 954, Miami approach, hello. The winds are 1506, clear for takeoff.
Inertial nav off, lights off. So we're landing east tonight, so I'm not going to have the same VNav issues that I had last night, I don't think. Oops, let's get FLC on. Right there. See, I'm still getting some stuttering. That must be Miami City, because it's really, well, maybe. We'll see. Once I get once I get their textures down to 2K, it'll take some stress off my video card. I just got to figure out how to do it. Crap that real pilots don't have to, or real world pilots don't have to do. I'll put the autopilot on. I like to look outside. I like to fly. I like to look outside too.
Sierra, Miami Center, 135.17. Good night.
135.17, TBM900 Sierra, thanks. 135.17. Miami Center, TBM5372 Sierra is with you, passing through 1000 for 16,000.
TBM 372 Sierra, Miami Center, climb and take level 220.
Flight level 22072 Sierra. Yeah, so I was at 240 last night, I think. Let's see, so see, I want an Opalaka. That one right there. That's the airport I want. I've wanted an Opalaka for years. And no one has done it. You know, so why don't I do it, right? I got all this time on my hands, got nothing to do but make Opalaka. Okay, so heading sync. So when we get up there, I'm going to be busy on the VNav or on something, on some method that's going to tell me how far out I've got to descend, because this is a short flight. And the thing that will get you on a short flight is you're supposed to be, I mean, it happens quick. You're up there only for a little while, and then you're back on descent. So there is a VOR, and we are flying a GPS approach in if we don't take the visual. And the VOR can go on, let's see, where are you, VOR? There it is, 113.5, so we can put that into nav1. Okay. I think there's only a VOR, Key West. Yeah, just an RNAV or an NDB. I'm not flying an NDB. What did I say that was? 113.5. Swap. So, and then we can Oh, go here and bring up DME. So we're 117 miles out. We're going to be at flight level 220, descending to 2,000. That's 20 miles times 3 is 60 miles out. So roughly 60 miles out. So that's the back of the envelope thing right there. And we expect a descent at around 200 knots. So 200 times 5 is, so it'll be about 1,000 feet per minute, roughly. Okay. But since the wind there is 09087, I'm almost certain they're going to be on runway 9. And I remember this approach. Yeah, there it is. So we'll probably want to be, let's see, Chet's. We could be at 1500. Well, yeah, 1500 at Chet's, the final approach fix. So, but we won't have Chet's in our flight plan yet. So if I go to proc and do approach, just about there. So crank up the speed here. And we're down at 220, so we're going to use a little bit more fuel. My original flight took me to 260. Let's have a look down there. Wow, that's pretty. Tell you what, if you don't have Florida, that's just flippin' stunning down there. There's Miami. That's Nimbus, Miami. Doesn't take anything away from Orbx. Select approach, enter, and let's see. So we put in the runway 9, and like I said, you don't use vectors if you can get away with it, because then you won't get these fixes out here. Not in this version of the G1000. Always choose something. So Chet's is, if I bring up the approach here, search he was, and it's going to approach. This is the one. So yeah, so Strap, Sting, or Chet's. So I would guess it would be either Straps or Chet's, but really we're probably going to get vectors. Well, yeah, we probably will. So I'm, oh crap. I want to be doing that in this airplane. So I will put in Strap, because that gives me the longest approach. It'll give me Chet's as well. And then minimums, Barrow. This is an RNAV, so 260. I can put in 260. Enter. Okay, we're done. That's if we're LPV. So we won't know if we're going to get LPV until we get to Atna right here. So right now, well, let's see, it doesn't even show, it shows GPS en route. This will switch to GPS LPV if we get LPV. If we don't get LPV, then as long as we're outside the final approach fix, we can switch the minima that we're using to 425, which you can do from, oh, speaking of which, standard, okay, which you can do from
Miami Center, it's
back
Bravo 765
here.
checking in.
So you can go right here and just bump that up to 430, and you're all set to go. Or you could do it over here. You can go over to proc and go through the whole bit again to reset it, but this is the easy way. So clear that, clear that. No, no, cancel. Clear. Okay. So we're just zooming along here. I'll hide that. So that's under timer ref. Where's the road? Don't see it. So I mean, a G1000, it's, you know, it, number one, it looks easy, and then in other ways it looks hard. It depends on how you look at it. You know, I mean, it's got, you know, the sort of the, this is where the airplane is actually flying to. This is the direction the nose is pointing. This is where you're actually, if you factor in this wind, the wind is pushing you that way. So that's why the airplane is actually flying over here. So we'll be flying over this way, which is where we want to go. And you know, here's your altitude. You got your altitude window here. You'll see the VNAV window when I put it up, which I should go ahead and do, because if I screw around and keep talking, so there's the approach, and that kind of doesn't help too much, because none of these fixes can be applied to VNAV. This is not an active approach. You got to come up here and do either Key West or Marathon. Key West is the closest one to Strap. So if you look here, here's the airport here. There's Strap. There's Chet. There's Chet. So if we know that we've got to be roughly here, actually it says 1,500 feet. So we could put in 1,500 at Key West. So that'll give us, VNAV will try to get us down to Strap by, or down to here, which is where we're flying to at the moment. It'll try to get us down here at 1,500, which will be good. So let's put in 1,500. In other airplanes, you don't, I've never seen an airplane where you could use the keyboard to put in the altitude over here, or the minima. This implementation of the keyboard is about as good as you could get. So there we go. So see, we got to start descending in 3 minutes and 44 seconds. If we're going to, you know, there's some leeway obviously because the Strap is a little further out, and we really don't need to be at 1,500 until right here. So we got some leeway yet. Not a lot. That's 23 miles, so we're doing 284 knots. So normally, if I was flying without ATC, then I would go ahead and dial down to 1,500 feet and put on my VNAV, or dial down maybe to 3,000 and put on my VNAV. There is a monster antenna over here, by the way. Not an antenna, but it's an obstacle. It's a balloon on a rope. See that? 15,000 feet. There's a balloon that goes all the way up to 14,000 feet just to the north of Key West. So that's a pretty flippin' high MSA. And the missed approach altitude is 3,000 to Burpee via 077. Via 077 track to Goosel. So Goosel, what defines Goosel is just an RNAV fix. So how far are we? We said 57 miles roughly we've got to start our descent. But that would be 57 miles from Atna, which is 10 miles further. So really 47 miles we have to begin our descent by then. and we're about 10 miles from that. So, I took this up for a flight. I flew the, what was it, the Cheyenne. Took the Cheyenne down to Sarasota, and which was an interesting flight all to itself. And I didn't stream it, or maybe I did, and there was some. No, I didn't. I remember I didn't.
Vertical track.
See, now it wants us to descend, so we're going to ignore that. If we don't dial this down or click VNAV, either one, then it's not going to do anything. All it is an advisory to say that it'd be a good idea to start descending now if you want to descend. So anytime after this, we could start descending. So I'll bring this up, and right there, what's it doing? And let's see, so when he tells us we can descend, we can hit VNAV direct. I just don't know what altitude to descend to. I was saying I flew the Cheyenne, which is a brilliant airplane once you get it in the sky. Coronado never takes the opportunities that they have.
Descent force 1979 with the altitude 410.
Air Force 1979 Miami Center, welcome.
It could be much better. It'd be my vote for that airplane to get a what's that?
Air Force 1979, you're gonna fly VFR.
SIM coder thing?
Last outlier, or is it gonna be IFR?
A rep package.
I'm going IFR all the way.
Air Force 1979, roger.
So
Air Force 1979, cross 1, add and maintain 1.
when this says 47 miles, I'd better be in descent.
On that one left out, I said I come.
Look at that. They're beautiful. And then where to from here? I could go back up to Sarasota. Sarasota's well done. That's from Vertical Sim, and it's not expensive. It's well done. They got that done before they got Tampa done, which they're still working on. They say they're close, but they are putting out some airports in the meantime, so what am I going to do, complain? Sarasota was a surprise. Really like that one. Or I could go up to Fort Myer. I don't know. I don't know. Well, they're both nice. See, so this is saying that 1,400 feet per minute will get us down. This is a vertical deviation is 2,700 feet. And we would be down in 14 minutes and 30 seconds. So we still have about 20 miles.
Delta 9572, Miami Center, good to have you with me.
Now,
1912 traffic off your 1 o'clock on 3 miles, flight level 370 southbound, A Delta 747-8.
747. Wow. I had the 747 a while back. I don't know.
The traffic is now off your 2 o'clock and 6 miles.
I flew it a few times. Paid a fortune for it. It's amazing. But I don't know.
TBM900, pilots discretion, descend maintain 12,000.
12,000, 72 here. Okay, now we got our descent.
720, pilots discretion.
72 here, roger. So I'm just going to go ahead and if I hit VNav direct, that tells it to descend now, if that'll work right now. So we'll do that. This is our pointer. So it will probably descend us at a pretty decent, well, if I'd have hit VNav, it would have sent me down. Well, let's try it again.
Info 174, contact Miami approach 124.85.
124.85, typically 174.
See if it does it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you got to hit the VNav button before you hit VNav direct. VNav direct tells it really just descend from right now. And if it can figure out a path to get you down, then it will work. And if it can't, it won't. It won't do anything. So there's Marathon there. So we still got a ways to go. I really don't need this rate of descent to get down. But the thing that's good about the TBM is it's so well behaved, and so it's not like a 737. You know, with the TBM you can slow down and go down. Not with a 737 or any Boeing really. Let's zoom out a little bit. So there we are.
Separated by passing 12,500 feet for 16,000 feet.
785 Miami Center, climate take level 380.
All right.
Climate maintenance by them 380 km 75.
Altimeter 3001.
118.15 today.
118.15 is Timber Roche, so they got me.
Triple 19 12, contact Jacksonville Center 12.
I don't remember him giving us the altimeter, but that's okay. Yeah, the Key West data is not on the line. So there's Strap right there. It's actually closer than
Close gap for destination 2 at
Key West. So we might get a visual. Doesn't matter. It's beautiful out here. I could get a second flight in. Beautiful airplane. Just beautiful. Occasionally does something that messes me up. But, or XPlane does something that messes me up.
TBM900, expect the visual approach runway 900, descend and maintain 10,000.
Expect the visual approach from runway 9 72 Sierra. And what was the altitude again? 10,000. 72 Sierra. Okay, so we're going to get the visual. So what does that mean? That means we've got probably 11,000 feet to go, so we need 33 miles. And we're 34 miles away, so... but that assumes... Let's see, we're doing 247 ground speed, so we need to be descending... Yeah, we're about right. 247 ground speed is... so times 5 is 1,250, and we're doing 1,500. And, you know, if he doesn't slow our descent. So, yep. Can't slow it down much. There's that balloon right there. That great big thing right there. I don't think it's modeled. But, be cool if it was, huh? And I don't think it's there all the time either. So a visual, that'll be interesting. We could just fly a left downwind. Been a while since I've done closed traffic in this thing. This airplane handles well in closed traffic. I took it to Santa Barbara. It's a place I like to do closed traffic. That's a place I like to go fly closed traffic, and it handled really well in the pattern. Let's slow us down to 200.
Number 53720, descend and maintain 6,000.
Down to 6,000, 720. VNAV is still doing the thing. So let's zoom in. So there's Burpee. There's Busby. So if I, this will be interesting. Busby. What if I did that? Can you activate that leg?
With 850, descend and maintain 11,000.
Alright, first off, let's go here. Let's activate this leg. No, heading. Heading mode, I screwed up. That was whoa. Heading mode. And we are going to Marathon or Key West. Let's do a direct enter. Just back on that and back on nav. Descend and maintain 3,000, 720. Okay, so let's have a look at our flight plan here. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we're good. That was a screw up. I shouldn't have activated that leg until I was cleared for the visual. Or I was on heading mode.
33 cross Scott, Adam maintain 10,000, Miami altimeter 3002.
So that is Navy Key West right there. So our airport is right there someplace. Can't quite see, and I can't zoom in here. Hold on.
Delta 9572, contact Miami approach 124.85.
There it is.
Going to Miami approach, thank you for your service.
Kind of hard to see still.
TBM900, Sierra field, straight ahead, 10 miles, report field inside.
72 Sierra, I'm looking. Not going to say I see it yet.
TBM900, Sierra, turn right heading 270, vectors for the approach.
Right turn heading 270, 72 Sierra. Okay, so heading. I'm pretty sure that's it. Okay, and we're going down to 3,000. 72 Sierra's got the airport.
Number 72 Sierra, clear visual approach, runway 9 or enter 8 left downwind.
72 Sierra, enter a left downwind, cleared for the visual approach. That means I can do what I want, more or less. So, okay, so we're in descent. I'm going to outsail down to 1500. And we're on heading mode already. Now I can activate the frigate thing. So if I go here, I'm not sure I can activate that leg. Let's be brave. Do it once. Activate that leg. Okay. And then we can click. We don't click approach. Not till the autopilot's off. But that'll give us guidance. So this is now the active leg. You can see it's purple. Okay, so I want to be, I cut back to 40 MP. Actually down to 30 because I want to get my speed down. That's good right there. And 1,500 feet. Really, I should be. Yeah, now the speed will come back. I'll get my flaps out in a second. Inertial separator on. Okay, so flaps 1. And we'll get the gear down. And we will settle at 35 MP. 30 right around there somewhere.
Contact my Tampa approach 1.15.
Alright, 1.15.
Thank you.
15 Miami Center, climb maintain level 340. Southwest 215, climb to flight level 340. TBM900, Sierra, Key West wind 090 at 7, runway 9 or clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 9, TBM 72 Sierra. Okay, Okay, a little bit further. Start a 500 foot per minute descent. 700 foot per minute. I can click approach. And we're in flaps range. We're going to be a little high if I'm not careful. Okay. Let's get rid of that flight director. It's just going to screw us up. A little steep. Final flaps.
500. Minimum.
A little low.
Airspeed.
Pretty airport.
Delta 23, 34 Miami Center.
What is this, Delta? Yeah. And let's taxi light and get the strobes off. And TBM900 Sierra's clear the runway at Key West. He may not be able to hear me.
TBM 7 Sierra, that's TV Alpha, good day.
TBM900 Sierra to parking. Park here at Signature. This is roughly where I parked last night.
Miami Center, Delta 160, crossing 11,600 for 16,000.
Delta 150 Miami Center, climb maintain flight level 280.
Flight maintain, flight level 280 for Delta 160.
This is a beautifully done airport. Park and brake on, taxi light off,
Contact Miami approach 124.85.
and set the time. Let's see.
Southern Air 3641, contact
Still
Miami
moving.
approach 124.85.
There we go.
4.85, Southern Air 3641, good night.
Checklist. And no. No. There we go. Okay. Icing off. Radar transponder standby. Check. Flaps are up. Strobes are off. Right? Yep. Lights are off. Trims set. Oh, damn it, timer. There we go. And park and brake is on. Bleeds.
KLM 785, contact Jacksonville Center 12477.
Oh, bleeds are off. Air conditioning off. Taxi light is off.
477.
Throttle not cut off yet. AP trims though.
Total 721 cross jingle at a maintain 8000, loud altimeter 3001.
So still gotta wait. Gotta be patient with this one. You have to wait the 2 minutes. You have to wait the 2 minutes.
Keep it loud for Delta 7 Maryland.
And it'll be probably about 15-20 minutes before, if I do a second flight, before I go back up, because I've got to let the engine cool.
Southwest 117, cross jingle at and maintain 8000, loud altimeter 3001.
Jingle 8000, Southwest 117.
So I may do a second flight to Sarasota. We'll see. I'm gonna go up and talk to my son for a little bit. I'll go offline, and we'll see. This thing's got to cool down. You don't want to sit here and watch this airplane, unless you like looking at Key West. Well, I can't do that until finish this up. 2 minutes. And inertial separator off. Lights off. That's off. Oxygen off. And chocks. Park and brake off. And this, and that. Get rid of that annoying beeping sound. Let's look outside. Let's zoom out. Let's do this. There it is. I'll be back in a bit, but well, you know,
Delta 1033, contact Miami approach 124.85.
I will.
Miami approach 124.85.
I'll sign off of this one and then start another one if I do. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. It's been a while since I've done a simple pattern. All right. Okay.